already know who it is. It's your boy, Ron Burgundy, Mr. Unapologetically Ignorant. You know the motto, if you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. This ain't the fat mother effer to mess with ye.
You already know who it is. It's your boy, Ron Burgundy, Mr. Unapologetically Ignorant. And you know the motto, if you ain't part of the solution, you're part of the problem. This ain't the fat mother effer to mess with. Yeah. We ain't always going to see eye to eye, but as long as we all come together, hit that like button, subscribe, and share, we going to be all right. Listen, man, before I get into the video about Pooh Shiesty, I want to remind everybody that tomorrow in Wyandanch, New York, at 308 Merritt. Let me make sure I get the address right. Hold on. We want to make sure we got everything right. Yeah, that's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow at 309 Merritt in Wyandanch, from 3 to 7. Backdropper TV, Capital Rise, and yours truly, Unapologetic Ignorant, Mr. Ron Burgundy, is putting together an event to sign the petition for Mousy. Justice for Howard Davis, you know the movement right now we got going on. And I just wanted to take the time before I really got into my segment today to read a message from Mousy himself. Okay, he posted this on his social media through families and friends, because you know he's not allowed to have a phone and everything, I guess. So I want everyone to listen to this and understand why me, Ice, and many others are really getting behind this movement and pushing as hard as we can. So I want you to hear from his mouth and what's really going on. For those who don't know me, my name is Howard Davis, Mousy, fed up, from Long Island. I've been fighting this case for 9 years. In 2021, after a 6-week trial, I was found guilty on 48 counts. In 2024, I was sentenced to 132 years to life. Let that sink in. 132 years. That's more time than people get for multiple murders, even serial killers. But here's the truth that nobody is talking about. I was never arrested with a gun. I was never caught with drugs. And I'm not charged with one single murder. Yet, I was given a sentence that guarantees I will die in prison. Every one of my co-defendants cooperated with the government. Today, they're all home with their families. And I'm sitting in a cell. How was that justice? My trial happened during COVID. My family wasn't even allowed to sit in the courtroom with me. They were forced into another room, watching a distorted video feed they could barely hear. I could not look at them. I could not speak to them. I stood there alone in a courtroom where I faced 14 white jurors, 3 white federal prosecutors, a white defense attorney, U.S. Marshals. At the same time that my case was being prosecuted by the very same prosecutor that was pursuing a separate federal case against my defense counsel, alleging witness tampering, this created an actual irreconcilable conflict of interest that compromised my Sixth Amendment right to the effective assistance of counsel. Think about that. What kind of chance did I really have? During those 6 weeks, I couldn't get proper medical care. I couldn't communicate with my family. Key issues were raised, but the defense was limited. Parts of what happened in the courtroom don't even fully show up on the transcripts. After all of that, the jury took 24 hours to decide my entire life. 48 counts, 24 hours, 132 years to life. I am now in the appellate process, still fighting, but even now I'm struggling to get all the records and attention this case deserves. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm asking for fairness. I'm asking for due process. I'm asking for someone to take a real look at hear what happened, because this is not right. This is a man being buried alive by the system. If you believe in justice, if you believe in fairness, pay attention, share this, speak on it. All I'm asking is for a fair chance to be heard. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm saying, like, why can't we get him that? And I just seen an update 10 hours ago from his family. They posted on his social media. How is justice supposed to be equal for all when it clearly isn't? People with money, people with real evidence stacked against them walk into courtrooms with top-tier lawyers, resources, and a real shot at freedom. Meanwhile, someone like me with the botched case and a little to no real evidence gets handed 132 years of life and can't even access proper representation because I don't have the money. That's not justice. That's a system built on inequality. A fair trial shouldn't depend on your bank account. Your defense shouldn't be weaker just because you're broke. The Constitution promises equal protection, but in reality, justice is bought, not given. I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm asking for what's supposed to be guaranteed to everyone, a fair trial and equal representation, because justice should never come with a price tag. Yeah, that's some real shit, man. And like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all pop out to that event. And Ice is providing the food, he's providing the drinks, everything. Go get lifted. But you know what? I'm asking y'all, if y'all can, hand that man something so we can try to do something. Anything we can do, man. Anything we can do to help this man get that letter. The letters will be there, the stamps will be there, the envelopes. All you got to do is drop it in the mailbox. Like, that's all what we're really asking. Like, you see what I'm saying? That means more to anything you can give in a physical form. Just these people hearing he has a voice. And I appreciate everybody who's contributing to this movement, sharing it, liking, subscribing. I see tons of people are already taking the initiative on their own and sending out letters and sending pictures to ICE. Salute for that. That means a lot. Long Island, we got to come together behind this situation. You see what I'm saying? I took that segment. I dedicated that to Mousy. We want justice for Howard Davis. We're not asking you guys to say, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing wrong. We just want fair treatment. Get him some medical attention and let him fight his case fair. You see what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody for taking the time out with that. But back to what we're saying now. I'm going to get into the video. Pooh Shiesty'S house raided. Come on. What's going on? Yes, sir. It wasn't actually his house. See, this is what happens when you do your journalistic duties. Okay? It was actually his father's house raided. Now, we don't know. There is speculation on the internet that this may have something to do with the Gucci Man robbery, but that's just people putting together. We don't know what's going on. We do know a safe was taken. We do know they used flashbangs to gain access to the residence to get these people out. Now, I don't understand what the purpose of that was. If this is an older gentleman, older woman, whatever the case may be. They said this is not where Pooh Shiesty was living. This is where his family lived. I don't understand that. But we all do know that Pooh Shiesty is supposed to get off of probation, parole, whatever that is when you come out the feds, April 11th. And here we are, April 1st. They're raiding his father's house. Like, this is just, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't make excuses for nobody's behavior. But again, equality. We got to be fair. You see what I'm saying? Like, what made those people, what gave them, I would love to see what charges they had, because they took this man into custody. He had a warrant for his arrest and a warrant to search the premises. So listen, anybody knows who's been to the feds, I haven't been to the feds, but I have people who really been to the feds. Like, they know that, yeah. When the feds come, it's over. They ain't nothing to talk about. They not asking you questions. They're gonna tell you, yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, we know if they came for the pops, it must be something serious, right? And the feds are involved. They're taking out safes, using flashbangs. Come on, what's going on, man? We hope everybody in the residence and the family is safe. We pray for Pooh Shiesty. I hate to get these little 9 days knocked out and nothing don't pop up. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what goes on in America, man. It ain't all glam and glitzers for these rappers who we see with the chains and they live a good life. Sometimes it's rough, man. You see what I'm saying? And that goes out for anybody behind the walls right now, man, that's trying to get home. Come home and do the right thing, man. You don't have to come home and be a preacher. You don't have to come home and be a community activist. Just come home and be a human, man. Go to work, take care of the family, start a business, do what you're supposed to do. Stay out these places, man. Because once these people get you in these places, there is no negotiating with you niggas. You see what I'm saying? They don't negotiate with nobody. You see what I'm saying? And unfortunately, being of the darker complexion, you don't get any perks. Trust me, I tell you that. Is it fair? No. You see what I'm saying? We all know that. You see what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. But again, we can remove ourselves. We can be a part of the solution by not going these places. You see what I'm saying? When we get out here thinking we can take these shortcuts in 2026 and do whatever we're doing, trapping, scamming, whatever the case may be, like, these people ain't souped up way more than we are, you're not going to get away with it. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to get away with it. And if you do, more power to you. But I'm telling you, man, y'all got to tighten up before you're in places where you have no control. Look at this movement we put together, man. And nobody's saying that Mousie's an angel. He did what he did. He didn't do what he did, but there's a lot going on. And I also spoke to him myself. I also want to clear up a lot of speculation that's been going on. You see what I'm saying? As people were thinking that Livewire was one of the people that told on him, that is not true. That is not true. I spoke to that man myself, and it's a whole thing. They try to use evidence from his case onto Mousie's case, and Livewire didn't tell. So y'all got to keep that out of rotation. I heard that from the horse's mouth. But I appreciate y'all for popping out. Make sure you hit that super chat, man. Hit that super chat. Let me know you like I'm working, man. I'm bringing y'all real shit. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. Y'all make sure you like, subscribe, and share. It's your boy, Ron Burgundy, Mr. Unapologetically Ignorant. And you know the motto. If you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. This ain't the fat mother effer to mess with. Yeah, we ain't always going to see eye to eye. But as long as we all come together, hit that like button, subscribe, and share, we going to be all.
I done ran the streets, been in jail. I really lived a crazy life. Being rich, being poor, being rich. Now I'm married, raising son, trying to bring truth and laughter. If you're not